answer lies in the heart of battle.
King of Iron Fist Tournament.
Mugen TV versus Corner.
Welcome to the stage of history retold.
Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and I'm back again with another video. And today we're going to talk about anime games in this topic. Now, if you haven't checked out my previous videos, because lately I've been talking about a lot of anime games, especially based on fighting games and everything, or just taking into the direction of fighting games. I've been covering that quite a lot. But if you haven't checked out my previous video where I talked about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and how I believe the game is going to suck, and I still stand by that as well. If you haven't checked out that video, check it out, especially if you agree and it's, or if you just want to get triggered by it, by my opinion about it. Definitely need to go check that out. And also I talked about One Punch Man, Heroes That Nobody Knows. I talked about that as well. But in this video I want to talk about My Hero Academia, One's Justice Part 2. That's right, they have pretty much made an announcement. They revealed the teaser trailer to get everyone hyped, and then they actually showed some gameplay and everything. So just to give you a brief history of my knowledge of My Hero's Academia, I was introduced to it by both my brothers, Keel Lancer and DX Strike, and then since then I've been watching it. I'm pretty much caught up on all the episodes so far, and I can't wait till they release the next season. And I've been watching it in English dub. I enjoy it in English dub because I started out watching it in dub, but I don't have no problem watching it in Japanese. But I do enjoy the characters. I love the lore behind My Hero's Academia. So to hear that they're going to do a fighting game based on this license, I just signed me up for it. I was super hyped for it. But when they showed My Hero Academia, One's Justice, the first game, it turned out that it was going to be an arena fighter. Now the thing is, I don't have an issue with arena fighters. In fact, I love arena fighters because I love the level designs. I love what you can do within the levels and stuff, and I just love the overall flashiness of arena fighters. Now when it comes to arena fighters, it comes with this whole bag of issues, and if you're part of the FGC, or if you're a traditional fighting game player, then arena fighters is something that most of you guys will, or ladies, will dismiss altogether. You don't really take them quite seriously. Now I've been advocating on my channel for quite some time now that arena fighters does have the potential to be pretty good if done right, but it seems like with Bandai Namco, since they hold the license to most of these Shonen Jump titles, or just properties in general, they seem to turn these more so into arena fighters. And like I said before, arena fighters, they end up becoming an unbalanced and broken piece of mess, and the gameplay mechanics end up falling apart, and then the community doesn't last as long, that I would hope for, and the game ends up eventually dying out, and then the developers end up releasing another, or a sequel, or other anime or other Shonen Jump properties based on their properties and everything. And that's where the issue comes in. Now My Hero Academia's One Justice 2 was just announced, and I was super hyped, but I was also really reserved for it, because I was like, okay, My Hero's Academia One Justice, even though it looked pretty cool, but after playing over my friends who had the game, especially in the Discord and everything, I got a chance to see the game in action and tried it at once before, and the game is very sluggish, and of course, like most arena fighters, is very broken. And the only good thing that it really has going for it though is the flashiness, how they also keep all the characters to their likeness compared to the anime and the manga and everything, which I think is pretty cool. But that's about it. That's all it has going for it and everything. So I was hoping that with the sequel that they may do some changes, may fix some other things about the game and everything, because Kill la Kill arena fighter that was released also proved that an arena fighter can be competitive, and actually that's actually a pretty good game as far as competitive, and as far as being balanced. I'm not saying that it's perfectly balanced, but you get my point. So I figured that if they learned from that, they'll pretty much try to do some adjustments to One's Justice Part 2, and then after they pretty much revealed some gameplay of the game, especially at GameSpot has a 15-minute off-screen gameplay of My Hero's Academia's One Justice 2, and I must say that it looks no different from the first game at all. It doesn't look any different, and I'm quite disappointed in it. In that fact, even though that you do have stage transitions where the ground breaks or you fall into a different aspect of the other part of the stage, which I think is pretty cool because it reflects the anime in that way. But it seems as though that it still has this, to me, it seems like it's still keeping its host issues as far as, you know, gameplay is concerned, and just the overall floatiness of the gameplay as well. So, and that's what I have an issue with the game. And it seems like when it comes to these anime licensed games made into arena fighters and just fighting games in general, it seems like the developers really puts no effort into it. It seemed like they just copy and just paste it into the next game, because this seriously looked like nothing has really changed at all. It seems like they could have just made this somewhat like a DLC, like a season pass or something like that, and just, you know, update it in a sense, instead of calling it a sequel, you know. And I just think that they really the anime fighters, or just anime fighters in general, just doesn't get the respect that it deserves. It doesn't get the treatment that it deserves. I know that these games, every game doesn't need to be competitive or it doesn't need to be balanced. Some games should just be dumb fun, but I just believe that you can still have that fun with anime games by having it balanced and having it somewhat competitive, because you satisfy both camps. But it seems like with these anime games, they just focus on just, you know, giving that anime experience but playable, which is nothing wrong. And with the unbalanced part comes in with these games is the fact is that they try to make the characters as broken as their anime counterparts or manga counterparts and everything. So they disregard any type of balancing or anything, because they want you to feel like you're playing as that character. They want you to be the character. That's what they go for these games. And it seems like these games they don't last long at all, in my opinion. They just die out instantly after a while. Especially after players figure out the most busted gameplay style, so the meta begins to pretty much shape and form, and then the meta is just not fun at all. You know, like certain characters only become viable, or a short list of characters become viable, and then there's always this one gameplay style that everyone adopts, and then if you don't have that, if you don't go along with that style, then you pretty much can't compete, which really sucks, which pretty much kills out the community altogether. And I was hoping that My Hero Academia One's Justice 2 was going to change that, because One Punch Man, as I said in that video, that game was going to work out well at all, and especially the fact of knowing that the people who are behind Jump Force was working on that as well. So I knew that game was going to be a horrible mess, but I was hoping that this game right here was going to change things up, especially after how they fleshed out Kill la Kill and everything with that fighting game, with that arena fighter, which is pretty fun. So I thought they was going to change that, but there's really no difference with this at all. We do know that there's going to be some character costumes, like alts for the characters, which I think is pretty cool. A lot of people would love to see more alts for the characters, especially in their arena fighters that you could be able to select and be able to choose from. So I think that's pretty cool. We are getting additional characters, which is always a cool thing. It's based on the later seasons, so there may be some spoilers in the footage that I showed to the game, especially if you guys haven't been catching up on My Heroes Academia. But a lot of these characters, like I said before, I really want to play as these characters, but telling from the looks of it, which, like I said, this is only the beginning of footage that we've seen so far of this game. It could likely change, which I highly doubt, but I'm keeping my expectation low, and I'm going to continue to follow this game to see if there will be any other gameplay mechanics changes to the game that could make it much more, I guess you could say, appealing to me, to get me to want to play it. Another interesting thing too, I noticed that they made the meters, the super meter, into words called plus ultra. Now I don't know how that's all going to work out, but it does look cool that making the meter spell out plus ultra. But how would that, how would that work, mechanically, and gain a meter and stuff like that? So I'm definitely curious about that as well. Now, as far as story mode is concerned, I wonder what they're going to do with the story mode. Are they going to add any changes to that as well, and what other features are going to be added to the game, which got me quite curious and stuff. But that's pretty much my overall opinion. I'm not really too excited for this game right now, but I'm still holding out just to see if anything may catch my interest, but right now it still look very floaty, very slow and sluggish, and it's still like it's going to be another just unbalanced button masher from what we've seen. And it seemed like the developers have really done nothing to really improve this game at all. They just slapped the number 2 on it and just add more characters and maybe some different stage transition effects. But I definitely want to hear your thoughts. Do you think I'm being too harsh on this, or are you in the same camp as me? And like I said before, like, I don't care if you have a different opinion. That's why I love these discussion videos, because I like to hear what you believe. And do you think that my opinion is a little flawed, or do you think that I just need to be patient and wait and see what they do with it? But I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and also if you want to be notified for more My Hero Academia One's Justice 2, definitely hit that bell to be notified. This is MugenLord signing off. See you game fiends later. Peace out. It looks like you reached the end of the video. Well, while you're at it, check out some of my other discussion videos by clicking on the annotations below, and don't forget to follow me on other social media platforms to stay up to date with future content. Signing off.